Hey guys, Prowl 1701 here, and today on the Face Off we are looking at the question, which classic Doctor do you want to appear in the 60th anniversary the most? If you could pick one classic Doctor, which one would you want to show up in a 60th anniversary special? Now this Face Off, typically I just pit two things head to head, but of course this was all of the classic Doctors, surviving Doctors. I think it's what I went with here. Yeah, surviving Doctors. For me, the one I want the most is, of course, a Tom Baker cameo. This will probably be the last time we get Tom Baker for one of these, or at least an opportunity to have Tom Baker for one of these. As, man, how old is Tom now? He's, what, 88? 88 now? He'll be 89 in January. So he'd probably be 89 when this one airs and when he films it. But if he's willing to do it, again, 89, and with all the concerns around the world now, even if it's just a cameo, just like what he did in Day of the Doctor, something like that, just to be able to see Tom Baker as the Doctor or the Curator one more time, would be such a boon to me. I would really love that. But if I don't include that, if I don't include Tom Baker as a cameo, and I picked, like, just which Doctor I would like to see, you know, as a main character in the story, interacting with the current Doctor, or whichever Doctor is in the 60th, I would say the 8th Doctor. McGann needs more screen time. McGann is great every time he's on screen. I haven't had a chance to really listen, to a lot of his audios, but he is great anytime he's on screen. He's great in the TV movie. He's great in Night of the Doctor, and I really liked him in the 2003 version of Shada with the Flash animation. I liked that. So yeah, I really want more McGann. I feel like he deserves more screen time, and he still looks the part. So I would definitely want McGann there, like close to the end of his life with the Time War going on, but him trying to avoid it. That would be great. My runner-up would be McCoy, because McCoy, looking at the short for season 24, the little video they did when they announced the season 24 collection, he still got it. I mean, he still looks the part. Yeah, he's a little older, but he still looks the part. He could still do it. I love that he still played the spoons, and I just love his manipulative Doctor. So I'd love to see some Chess Master McCoy, like season 25, season 26 McCoy in the story. That would be a real boon for me if I could get McCoy back. I feel like I want one more McCoy adventure. So those are my main ones. Tom Baker cameo, McGann, McCoy, in that order. But let's see what you guys have to say. So, easily Paul McGann won this one with a whopping 45% of the vote. In second place was the 7th Doctor. In third place was the 4th Doctor and the Curator, even if it's just a cameo. And then after that was the 5th Doctor with 13% and the 6th Doctor with 10%. So the 8th Doctor had 45%, the 7th Doctor had 18%, the 4th Doctor Curator had 15%, the 5th Doctor had 13%, and the 6th Doctor only had 10%. I figured Colin would do better, but he does. He does look a lot different now, a lot older now. So it would be kind of hard for him to pull that off. So, JLBWHO, who is not only one of my subscribers, but one of my patrons as well, and his favorite season is season 22. He said originally picked the 7th as he still looks great in his costume and Sylvester is great. However, after listening to several Big Finish dramas with Paul McGann, I want him back. He's probably my favorite Big Finish Doctor. It's a crime how little screen time he had. Plus, Paul McGann has such a relaxing voice, which gives him bonus points. McGann is great. McGann is great. Henry Andrews says, I chose 7th. Yes, it would be great to see any one of them, but I do feel that there's not been much emphasis on the late 80s era since the revival. We had 5 Return for Time Crash, 8 for Night of the Doctor, 4 for Day of the Doctor. It's only really 6 and 7 who are yet to make a new Who cameo or guest appearance. Yes, I could have gone for 6, so he could have been written better, but Colin doesn't look like how he used to, and I mean that in the best way possible, whereas Sylvester could. Still, in my opinion, pull off playing as Doctor one more time. I agree. McCoy can pull it off. If, however, we're talking about Colin coming back in a curator kind of role, as I hear he is in Big Finish, then I think that would work quite well. I can can see that. Ark the Green Wolf says Paul McGann just needs more. Like, seriously, look at him. He looks almost the exact same as he did in Night of the Doctor. I know, right? That, and as my second or third favorite Doctor, of course I'd want him. Although, something that'd be interesting for an anniversary special besides multi-Doctor stories is to have it a bit meta. Something like Remembrance of the Daleks. Which that means to have a lot of jokes for fans while also going through a little bit of history. Heck, I'd even like to see David Bradley return as the first Doctor for a cameo or so. I'd be cool with that. As long as he was written well. Mikey Elliott says when Russell T Davies comes back, he said he would do a lot of spin-offs so he could make a mini-series with Paul McGann in it, and then people might think more highly of him. I have wanted a Time War mini-series with Paul McGann since Night of the Doctor aired. I mean, you'd have to be careful with it because the Time War is described as so devastating and horrible that I think that would be hard to realize on screen, and you don't want to ruin people's imagination of it. But just following McGann as he tries to sidestep the war while still helping people, I would be all in a miniseries for that. I would love that. Bananas Are Good, one of my regulars, and I always love his screen name, says 8th Doctor for more screen time. Also, since he's still young enough looking enough, I can't read that today, that it would work. He really should have been in the 50th along with Smith and Tennant, so this might be a chance he never got. Da Vinci, he had a cold when he drew that. I love that line. Joshua says 4th Doctor as he's the most iconic of them all, but not as the curator. I don't consider him a Doctor. I think he's just another Time Lord with the same face as the Doctor had. I think he's the Doctor. I think he's a future Doctor. I still stick with that theory, of course. The 8th Doctor just to give him more screen time, but as the 2D movie version, not the Night of the Doctor, because I'm more familiar with that side of 8. Paul Bailey, who is a fellow Doctor Who YouTuber, says, to be honest, this isn't fair as I can't pick all of them. I want all of them to come back, but if I've got to pick the Sylvester McCoy, as in the season 24 trailer, his costume still looks amazing. He does. He was great in that trailer. Jacob Reed says, having Tom Baker isn't in this poll just isn't fair. He's a legend. Shamrock Particle says the 6th or 7th. More audiences would want the 7th because his era is said to be a precursor to the modern series. Or if nothing else, nobody would ever need to wear sunglasses because of the coat. Bobby says Paul McGann and Sheridan Smith as Lucy Miller, please. Be good to get Lucy Miller in. My sinuses are acting up. Been a long day. TARDIS Spider says 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus carefully updated clips of 1, 2, 3. I'm a classic food fan first. Kenneth says, why fans are so insistent on the curator being the Doctor? It makes much more sense that he was another manifestation. I can't say that either today. Manifestation of the moment. I completely disagree. And I think that's what I commented. I said, nah, I'm future Doctor theory all the way. Which is true. Which is true. And the Flyattractor, one of my other subscribers and patrons, says all the living ones. In quotes, I was like, the most. Which one do you want the most? It's Paul the most. He hates when I make him think. So that's what everybody thinks. The 8th Doctor. With a strong win. 7th Doctor in second place, and right behind him is the 4th Doctor / the Curator. So I would like to know, if you didn't vote in this poll, which classic Doctor would you like to see in the 60th anniversary special? So comment down below and let me know. I always enjoy hearing from you guys. What's your theory on the Curator? Let me know that as well. Other things to do, click the like button and the subscribe button and the bell for notifications so you never miss out on another video. I also have a Patreon. If you like what I do and would like to subscribe to what I do, there's a link to that down in the description below as well. I also have a P.O. box if there's anything you would like to send me, as well as a link to my Amazon wish list as well. Most importantly though, thank you for watching.